Hello, my dears, and welcome back to Whispers of Aunt Lila. Settle in and let me tell you a story from the snowy heart of Vermont. At 71, Ruth Caldwell found solace in her knitting. Every evening in her cozy cabin, her needles would dance, weaving scarves, mittens, and the tangible threads of memory. One cold December night in 2025, a particular memory called to her. She decided to knit a sweater for her late husband, Tom, who had been gone for 40 long years. She chose a deep navy yarn, just like the color of his eyes, the color he always loved. The crackling fire and the rhythmic click of her needles were a familiar lullaby, and soon, Ruth drifted off to sleep mid-row. When the morning sun streamed through her window, it landed on her knitting basket, revealing something utterly impossible. The sweater, the one she had just started for her full-grown Tom, had shrunk. No, not just shrunk, it had transformed. It was now a perfectly formed baby sweater, with tiny sleeves and stitches so precise they seemed otherworldly. Her heart began to race. As she picked it up, her trembling fingers found a small slip of paper, carefully woven into the hem. The handwriting was faint, but she recognized it instantly. It was Tom's. The note read, "For our grandson. Love, Tom." A gasp escaped Ruth's lips. Her hands shook so violently she could barely hold the tiny garment. It was a secret she had carried, a grief she had buried for 4 decades. When Tom had passed away so suddenly back in '85, she had been pregnant. She'd never had the chance to tell him. The sorrow of losing him was so profound that just days later, she lost the baby too. She had never spoken of it to a single soul. How could he possibly know? She clutched the miniature sweater to her chest, the soft wool absorbing the tears that now fell freely, a mix of old grief and new wonder. That spring, the world began to bloom again, and with it came a phone call that changed everything. It was her daughter, the one she'd miraculously conceived in the very week Tom had passed. Her voice was trembling with excitement. "Mom, you're not going to believe this. I'm pregnant." A current of electricity shot through Ruth. 9 months later, a beautiful baby boy was born. With tears of pure joy streaming down her face, Ruth gently dressed her newborn grandson in the tiny navy sweater. It fit perfectly, as if it had been waiting just for him. You see, my dears, some stitches, just like some love, are made to wait a lifetime to finally be worn. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to Whispers of Aunt Lila. Just look for the WOALAKIR Whisper. Until next time.